I lost $30,000, not in a crash, not in a scam. Nobody stole it from me. I lost it $20 at a time for 30 years because nobody ever told me where to put it. And by the time I figured it out, I was 50 years old, starting over, sitting down with the math on what those 30 years actually cost me. And it hurt. So let me show you so it doesn't cost you the same thing. Here's what nobody tells immigrant women. You can do everything right, work the two jobs, never miss a bill, send money back home to people who are counting on you, and still end up at 50 years old with nothing that grew. Because surviving and building are not the same skill, and nobody ever teaches us the second one. I was a master at surviving. I could stretch a dollar until it cried. But building, letting money sit somewhere and actually grow on its own, I didn't know that was even an option for someone like me. And the thing I ignored for 30 years has the most boring name in the world, a high yield savings account. It is the single biggest money mistake I ever made just by not using one. So let me show you what it actually is and the 5 steps that I'd hand my younger self if I could go back in time. So let's kill the intimidation first because the name sounds fancier than the thing. A high yield savings account is just a savings account that actually pays you. That's the whole idea. Your regular big bank pays you almost nothing, a penny on the dollar. The big national banks are paying you 0.01%, which is a polite way of saying nothing at all. A high yield account right now pays around 4%, some a little more. And listen, those rates, they move. So check the real number the day you go to open one. But 4% versus basically 0.01% on the exact same money, same safety, still insured, still yours. You can still pull it out whenever you need. Same money, same safety. One account respects you. The other one quietly robs you for 30 years while smiling at your face. So step one, open the account today, online, not at a big bank branch down the street, an online bank. That's where the high rates actually live because they don't pay for fancy buildings, so they pay you instead. It takes about 15 minutes on your phone, and that's the whole thing. I waited 30 years to do a 15 minutes thing. Don't be me. Do the 15-minute thing. All right, step two, automate $20 a week, not 200, 20. That's it. And here's why it's $20. The number that feels too small to matter is the exact number you'll actually keep up. $200 a week and you'll quit by next month. $20, you barely notice that it left your account. Set it to move on its own automatically every Friday so you never have to be disciplined again. You never even have to remember. The system remembers for you. And I know exactly what you're thinking. Webley, $20 won't change my life. Stay with me. The math, you know I love math. The math is about to change your life. Step three, let me actually show you the $30,000 that I mentioned earlier because this is the part that finally woke me up. $20 a week is about $2,000 a year. Over 30 years, that's $31,000 that you put in, a little bit at a time, money that you would never even miss. And even at the modest 4%, sitting in the right account, that $31,000 grows to around $60,000. Nearly $30,000 of that is interest. Money the account paid you, money you did absolutely nothing to earn except leave it alone. So when I say I lost $30,000, that's exactly what I mean. I didn't lose it in the market. I lost it by parking my money for 30 years in an account that paid me a penny. That's the part that still stings. It was right there. It was free and nobody ever told me. So if you're starting over at 50 years old and nobody ever explained this to you either, that is not your fault and you are exactly in the right place. So subscribe because this whole channel is the map that I never got handed myself. All right. So step 4. And this one, you will find it a little strange, but it works. I want you to name the account. Don't call it savings. Call it what it is actually for. Mine is named The Life That I Did Not Wait For. Because here's what happened. When an account just says savings, you'll rate it for anything. A bad week, a sale, a craving, but when it has a name, when it's literally the life that you're building, you stop touching it for things that do not matter. You protect it because now it means something to you. Okay, so step 5, keep it separate, a different bank than your checking account. This sounds small, but it's the one that saved me the most. When the account is at a different bank, moving money out of it takes 2 days, 2 whole days. And in those 2 days, the urge passes. And the thing that you are about to buy, it stops mattering. So that 2-day delay has saved me from myself more times than I want to admit out loud. Distance protects the dream. So make it just a little bit hard for you to reach. Now, here's the truth underneath all the 5 steps. The real reason I'm making this video, I didn't fail to save for 30 years because I was bad with money. I want you to actually hear that because I know you told yourself the same lie about your own self. I failed because I was the only safety net that I had. There was no one behind me, no parents to call, no partner to catch me if I fail. So every dollar that I made had to go to surviving today. Because if today fell apart, it was all on me and only me. When you are the whole safety net, you don't get to sit around thinking about 30 years from now. You're just trying to make it to Friday. So if you're sitting there at 50 years old with nothing that grew, please hear me. It was never your discipline. It was your math. And math is something that you can fix in 15 minutes today. So here's what I want you to do. Open the account today. $20 automatically to be deposited in there every time you get paid, and give it a name. Then come back here and tell me down in the comments what you named yours. I read every single one, and every name is one more woman deciding her life is not over. You don't need permission to start over. You need a second birth. And this one is mine. So come build yours with me, and I will see you in the next one.